The strongest love never arrives by accident. It comes with signs, emotional recognition, and a quiet certainty that something meaningful is unfolding. Have you ever felt a connection so strong it didn't make sense? Like the universe was trying to tell you something? When something truly important is meant to enter your life, it rarely comes quietly or logically. It does not arrive with clear explanations or guarantees. Instead, it appears through feelings you cannot easily name, moments that feel strangely timed, and experiences that stay with you long after they pass. You may sense it before you understand it. A subtle awareness begins to grow inside you, as if life itself is trying to get your attention. This is often how destined love begins. Not with certainty, but with meaning. Not with noise, but with signs that speak directly to the soul. The universe does not communicate the way humans do. It does not use direct language or clear instructions. It speaks through symbols, emotions, patterns, and inner responses. You might notice dreams that feel unusually vivid or emotional, dreams that linger in your mind throughout the day. You may see the same symbols, numbers, names, or situations repeating around one person. Or you may experience a deep emotional recognition when you meet someone, a feeling that bypasses logic completely. These experiences are easy to dismiss, yet they feel different from ordinary events. They carry a sense of importance. According to Carl Jung, these signals come from the unconscious, the deeper layer of the psyche that connects us to meaning, purpose, and transformation. When something significant is unfolding, the unconscious speaks first. Destined love is often misunderstood as a romantic fantasy, something magical that simply happens by chance. But from a Jungian perspective, it is not merely romance. It is a psychological event. Jung believed that every human being is driven by a natural urge to become whole. He called this lifelong journey individuation. Along this path, we encounter people who help awaken parts of ourselves that are ready to grow, heal, or be integrated. These encounters are not random. Certain people appear at very specific moments when our inner world is prepared for change. Love feels destined not because it is perfect, but because it arrives at a moment when the psyche is ready for transformation. One of the clearest signs of destined love is synchronicity. Jung used this word to describe meaningful coincidences, events that are not linked by cause but by meaning. You may meet someone repeatedly in unexpected ways, run into them at unlikely times, or experience strange timing that keeps bringing you together. You might think of them just before they appear, or feel drawn into situations that lead directly to them without effort. To the rational mind, these are coincidences, but emotionally, they feel different. There is a quiet certainty that these moments matter. Synchronicity happens when the inner world and the outer world align. When the psyche is ready for a significant connection, life seems to arrange the meeting naturally, often accompanied by a deep inner knowing. It is not excitement alone, and it is not fantasy. It is a calm but powerful sense that something important is taking place. This knowing does not need proof. It does not argue or demand attention. It simply exists. Jung believed that synchronicity is the self, the center of the psyche, guiding a person toward experiences necessary for growth. When love is destined, synchronicity acts like a bridge between what is happening inside you and what is unfolding in the world around you. Another clear sign of destined love is a sense of deep familiarity. You may feel as if you have known this person long before meeting them. Conversation flows naturally, without effort. Silence feels safe rather than uncomfortable. There is an emotional recognition that does not depend on shared history or time spent together. Jung explained this experience through archetypes, universal patterns that exist in the collective unconscious of all people. Archetypes shape how we experience love, connection, and meaning. When someone activates an archetype within you, the connection feels powerful and familiar because it touches something ancient in the psyche. This familiarity is not about memory. It is about resonance. The The psyche recognizes a necessary encounter. Destined love often brings emotional intensity. The feelings may rise quickly and feel overwhelming. There may be excitement, longing, fear, joy, and confusion all at once. This intensity can be unsettling, especially if it seems out of proportion to how well you know the person. Jung explained this through the concept of projection. In relationships, we unconsciously project parts of ourselves onto others. We place our unexpressed potential, hidden desires, and unhealed wounds onto the person we are drawn to. They begin to carry meanings that belong to our inner world. This is why the attraction feels so strong. But intensity is not proof of perfection. It is proof of psychological involvement. The unconscious is deeply engaged. Projection plays a powerful role in relationships that feel destined. The beloved becomes a mirror reflecting parts of ourselves we have not yet recognized or accepted. We may admire qualities in them that we secretly long to develop within ourselves. Or we may feel triggered by traits that represent aspects of our shadow, the parts of ourselves we have rejected or denied. This dynamic creates a magnetic pull, but it also sets the stage for transformation. As the relationship unfolds, the projection begins to dissolve. We are invited to take back what we placed onto the other and integrate it into our own identity. In many destined connections, the anima and animus are strongly activated. Jung described the anima as the inner feminine within a man, and the animus as the inner masculine within a woman. These are not simple gender traits, but deep psychological energies that influence how we feel, think, and relate. When destined love appears, these inner figures often come to life. A man may feel more emotional, sensitive, or creative. A woman may feel more confident, assertive, or purposeful. At the same time, the experience can feel confusing or destabilizing because these inner energies are demanding attention. The other person is not the source of these qualities. They are the trigger. They awaken what already exists within you. The real work is to recognize this and begin developing these qualities consciously. When this does not happen, the relationship can become overwhelming or obsessive, as the other person is unconsciously asked to carry too much symbolic weight. Jung warned that when the anima or animus is projected without awareness, the beloved becomes larger than life, and the relationship loses balance. Consciousness is needed to ground the experience in reality. Destined love also has a way of disturbing comfort. It does not simply bring happiness or peace. It brings challenges that force growth. Old emotional wounds may resurface. Fear of abandonment, jealousy, control, insecurity, or feelings of unworthiness may suddenly appear. This is the shadow emerging. The shadow contains the parts of ourselves we have avoided, denied, or judged. When love is meaningful, it does not allow these parts to remain hidden. The relationship becomes a mirror that reflects not only our strengths, but also our unresolved pain. Conflict in destined love is often misunderstood. Many people believe that true love should feel easy and conflict-free. But from a Jungian perspective, conflict is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of activation. It means something unconscious is coming into awareness. The purpose of this discomfort is not to punish, but to heal. When approached consciously, these moments become invitations to growth. The relationship challenges us to take responsibility for our inner world, instead of blaming the other person for our pain. All these signs point to a deeper purpose. Love, in Jungian psychology, is one of the most powerful paths to individuation. Through relationship, we are forced to reflect on ourselves, question our patterns, and integrate hidden aspects of our personality. We are asked to mature emotionally, to develop self-awareness, and to take ownership of our inner life. There is a paradox in destined love. To truly connect with another, we must become more complete within ourselves. Union with another person requires separation within, a clear sense of self. Destined love is not about losing yourself in another person. It is not about dependency or completion. It is about growth. Two people walk side by side, each responsible for their own inner journey. When this happens, Love becomes more grounded, more conscious, and more real. The relationship becomes a space where both individuals can continue evolving rather than escaping from themselves. Discernment is essential in this process. Signs are invitations, not commands. Jung emphasized the importance of distinguishing between the guidance of the self and the desires of the ego. The ego seeks certainty, control, and fantasy. It wants to possess the experience and define it too quickly. The self, on the other hand, seeks balance, integration, and truth. Synchronicities and strong emotions should be observed with awareness, not followed blindly. Conscious love requires reflection, patience, and honesty with oneself. This means asking important questions. What is this relationship awakening in me? What fears or desires are being triggered? What qualities am I projecting onto the other? When we reflect instead of reacting, we reclaim our power. We begin to integrate what the relationship reveals rather than becoming lost in it. Destiny does not remove responsibility. It deepens it. Not every destined love is meant to last a lifetime. Some connections arrive to initiate growth, awaken awareness, and then leave. Others remain and evolve into long-term companionship. An ending does not mean the relationship failed. Often, it means the symbolic work is complete. What matters is not how long the person stays, but how deeply the encounter transforms you. Even loss and heartbreak can become part of individuation, pushing us to reclaim the parts of ourselves we once projected onto the other. No meaningful encounter is ever wasted. Every person who touches the soul leaves an imprint. Through love, we learn who we are, what we fear, what we desire, and what we are capable of becoming. Transformation is always the true outcome. When we understand this, we stop chasing love as a solution and begin honoring it as a teacher. In the end, the universe continues to speak through symbols, emotions, dreams, and meaningful encounters. Love that feels destined is never random. Nothing that touches the soul deeply is accidental. When you begin to notice the signs within and around you, you're being invited to slow down, pay attention, and participate consciously in your own growth. Love becomes more than romance. It becomes a sacred journey toward wholeness. The signs are always there. The real question is whether we are ready to listen, reflect, and grow through what love is trying to teach us. Have you noticed signs in your life pointing to someone special? What did they feel like?